Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Intara Fitri Widyawayunos. I'm from Class B. Today I want to explain about the lab 1, which is turning. Okay, we go to the next. Okay, this is the part that I have to explain, and the, at the circle I have placed the number for the order step. First, this is the first, second step, for the third step, fourth step, 5 step, 6 step, and for the seventh step is center drill, and the next step is the drill, and then the last step is the cut off. So we go to the next. Okay, as you can see in this table, it shows the uh, uh, some parts, which is part A, part B, part C, and part D. For part A, I have to define what is the machining process. For part B, I have to define the machine name, cutting tools, the and the fixture used. And for part C, I have to describe the parameter setting, and then estimate the time. So you have to calculate all this using the mean that given by the get given from the lecturer, and we have to insert the cutter material, and we get also the time. So you see there is the time. And for part D, we have to illustrate the graphic, which is we have to sketch. So as you can see, for the first and the second step, it's given, and for the other step, we have to sketch the process. So we go one by one. So for step 1 is which is the rough phase machining process, and for this is the given machine name, and also and the parameter setting, and the graphic design also. And this is for the second step, which is the machining process is finish phase, which is we have to do the machining process to make the surface is very good. And as step 1, it's also given, as you can see. And for the third step is the rough counter turning. So this is the holder, cutting tools, appliance, boring, bar types, and the size. So for part C, I have list out the meter, the cutting speed, workpiece diameter, and so on. And this is also the time. And I have illustrate the graphic illustration. And for the next machining process is the finish contour turning. So after we make the rough contour, we have to finish to make the looking at the material. So, and for part B, as before, we have to state the holder, the cutting tools, and so on. And same goes to the part C, and this is the answer that I get. And this is the graphic illustration, and for the for the next step, which is the rough proof, which is we have to cut. As you can see, there is no hole, and then we cut to make this like this. And for part B, the holder, the cutting tools state as I have proved. And for part C, the cut I also state the cutter meter and so on. And there then the time that I get. So we go to the next step, which is the finish glue. So we did for part B, this we use cutting turning tool holder for the holder, and we use the cutting tool which is insert tungsten carbide for moving, and there is no application and boring for bar type, and the size is 4 mm. And for part C, this is the cutter. I have stated the cutter material, cutting speed, workpiece diameter, machine mass, cutting edge, spindle speed, chip load, and the last one. And this is the time, and this is the graphic illustration. And for the next step, which is the center drill, as you can see, we have to make a, a small hole to at the center before we drill the hole. And there is no holder, and we use the cutting tool and mine HSS application 5 fluid, and there is no boring bar types, and the size is 9 mm. And this is also the for part C. I also state all the item needed, and for the T also. And this is the graphic illustration. And for the drilling process, uh, there is the holder and cutting tool. We use the reamer HSS, and there is no application, boring bar types, and the size is 10 mm. And it's also the the item needed that I have here, and then I get the times, and this is the finishing that I have to do when do the real workshop. So, and then the last step is the cut off, and it's also given the holder, cutting tools, application, and so on. For the part C also, the cut also given the cutter material and the cutting speed and so on, and there also the, as you can see, also give the time and the graphic illustration. So I will show you how to draw one of the graphic illustration. Okay, this how I draw the graphic illustration. And then we draw the cut. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.